Hello, it's Nicolette, and today I'm talking about some of my all-time favorite French shows on Netflix. In this list, I've included some comedy, some supernatural weirdness, some romance, even a reality show. So get ready, here are 5 French shows you should be adding to your Netflix queue. The first show I want to talk about is probably my all-time favorite French TV show. It's called 10%, or in English, Call My Agent. This comedy is about the everyday happenings at a French talent agency. This show is associate produced by Cédric Clapiche, who wrote and directed films such as L'Auberge Espagnole and Chinese Puzzle, so honestly it's not a surprise that this show is a gem. I think what makes this show so great is the fact that, well, not only that it has an amazing ensemble cast, but that it's so self-reflexive in its humor because it's about TV shows, it's about movies, it's about actors and casting. So it is just ripe with opportunities to make fun of itself and make fun of the industry. The show really takes advantage of that with its cameos. So there are so many actors and even musicians like Julien Doré who have multiple episode arcs playing themselves in this show. And that is just a whole added level of humor. Also, the fact that this is an ensemble cast means that there are so many different characters and so many different storylines, there's really something for everyone to relate to. Especially if you've ever worked in film or television, casting, anything like that, it's extra fun because, there's humor about that and about the everyday kind of little disasters and mishaps that happen on a film set. The next show I want to talk about is Family Business. Family Business is about a family that decides to turn their failing kosher butcher shop into a weed shop when they hear that weed is about to be legalized in France. So a lot of times I hear this show being compared to Breaking Bad. I think that's because this is the closest the French could ever get to Breaking Bad, because let's be real, in France, you'd never really have a show about someone needing to make and sell drugs to pay off a medical bill. So this is the closest they could get. This is one of those shows that just has so many hilarious twists and turns because this family just gets deeper and deeper into these weird situations as a result of this illegal activity. This show has an awesome cast, a lot of hilarious moments, and it's just a wild, fun ride. Okay. The next show I want to talk about, I feel like maybe people will come for me because this has a 6.5 rating on IMDb, but I think it's awesome. Mortel. So Mortel is kind of like the Stranger Things of France. And you can even tell by the way that they designed their publicity that they're trying to be a French Stranger Things. It's like if you took Stranger Things and you had it take place in modern day France with high school students, and it involved voodoo magic. Honestly, yes, it is as weird as it sounds, but I think it's great. It also has a fire soundtrack. Let me tell you, I was listening to the soundtrack on repeat for probably 2 weeks after I finished the show. And it's definitely one of those shows that you can for sure binge in one sitting. I think it's pretty short, but it just got weirder and weirder, and I was so invested in what was gonna happen. And also one of the romances that was blossoming was beautiful. So I was invested and I finished it in one sitting. I'm probably doing a horrendous job of describing this show, but I recommend it. So the next show I want to talk about is Plan Cœur, or in English, The Hookup Plan. I love this show. This is one of those shows that just makes you feel warm and fuzzy and forget everything that is happening in the world. It's a rom-com, so yeah, it fulfills its job of being a rom-com. This show is about Elsa, a perpetually single woman who has not gotten over her last breakup. We're talking insta-stalking her ex every day kind of status. In order to renew her faith in love, her friends decide to hire a male escort and have him play kind of the perfect man role. And of course, typical rom-com plot twist, she starts to fall for him. Honestly, if you are a rom-com fan, you are going to love this show. I just adored season 1, so much so that I was afraid to start season 2 because I was so concerned that they were gonna like ruin the heartwarming wonderfulness that is season 1. I will tell you that season 2 isn't as great as season 1, but it's still great. So yes, if you were looking for a rom-com, this is it. For the last show on this list, I wanted to include a reality show because why not? You might have already seen The Circle in English, or maybe even The Circle in Portuguese, but there is also The Circle in French. The Circle France. The Circle is a competitive reality show that honestly is perfect for the time of coronavirus. Basically, all these influencers are moved into an apartment complex and they all have their own separate rooms, so they never interact with each other. There are hidden cameras all over the apartments, and they are participating in a game on like a fake social media platform where the goal is to end up being the top influencer. The twist is that they can either be themselves or they can catfish everyone else and be someone fake. So for example, there are these two grandmas that are pretending to be like a young pastry chef. They literally have like a pamphlet with them with French like slang words or text abbreviations. So that, you know, ends up being a little disastrous. But it's also, if you're learning French, it's fantastic because there is a ton of like on-screen text because you're seeing what they're writing and typing to each other. There's a lot of abbreviations, a lot of texting lingo. So this is great if you're trying to learn like casual, everyday internet lingo in French. All right, there you have it. Let me know in the comments, what's your favorite French TV show? There are so many incredible French shows out there. Obviously, I could not include all of them on this list. I also didn't include any dramas, any crime shows, any historical shows, so put them in the comments. I need to add more to my Netflix queue. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and put on that little bell notification so every time I post a video, you can be the first to know. Au revoir.